Regina, you're ready?
Just a minute, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you. Our general evaluator is here. So we can start the meeting.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Fellow Toastmasters, honorable, distinguished Toastmasters, and honorable guests. A very good evening to everyone. I welcome you all to the joint meeting of Eloquent Elite Toastmasters Club, meeting number 55, Indian Academic Toastmasters Club, meeting number 149, St. Paul Toastmasters Club, meeting 994. This is Toastmaster Regina Ismail, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I'm sure you're all eager and excited to start the beautiful journey that we are all in today. Before we begin the meeting, let me share a few ground rules that's applicable for such virtual meetings. Kindly make sure that your device, either laptop or phones, are well charged and you have stable internet connection. Switch on your video or camera, but please put your mics on mute if you are not speaking. We request all to log in with your role followed by your correct name to recognize you. Please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. Please refrain from talking on topics related to sex, religion, and politics. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals likewise, our Toastmasters Club also has a mission. The mission of our Toastmasters Club, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I would like to hand over the control and introduce our presiding officer. With over 2 decades of telecom and IT experience in India and Middle East, creative thinker and loves organizing programs for children and teens, a coach and a counselor. Member of Toastmasters in 2019 and currently serving as VP at St. Paul Toastmasters Bahrain. Let's welcome our DTM Reynolds. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Regina, for that wonderful welcome and introduction as well.
Sir.
Greetings to all present in this meeting, because I know we have got members from US all the way to India joining us. So greetings to everyone who is present over here. I'm sure we'll have more participants coming in as we proceed with the meetings. First, let me call Eloquent Elites Toastmasters meeting number 55, St. Paul Toastmasters meeting number 94, and Indian Academy Toastmasters meeting 149 to order. I'll first call upon our VPE, Toastmaster Girija, to introduce if there's any apologies in the agenda. Otherwise, we should go ahead and adopt it.
The agenda is perfectly fine. All corrections made. No changes. We can adopt it as it is. Over to you.
Fantastic, fantastic. A big round of applause to our VPE Toastmaster Girija. It's not easy to do a coordination of 3 clubs, and that too from different countries that we are in. So well done. So we are set with the agenda. Can I request any of the members present in over here to kindly adopt the agenda and second it? You can propose and second the agenda.
Propose.
If you could just state your name and propose.
Toastmaster Girish, VP membership of Eloquent Elite Toastmasters Club. I propose the agenda to be adopted.
Thank you, Toastmaster Girish. We have got the agenda now proposed. Can I have someone, any of the members, to second the adoption of this agenda?
I, Shuparna Basu, Secretary, Eloquent Elite, seconded.
Fantastic. Now we've got the agenda done. Thank you, Toastmaster Sriparna, for seconding that. I know most of the members present out here. We do have a GE who is joining in, Toastmaster Jay Singh. Can I ask him to kindly, I know we will definitely introduce you, but just for all of us, snippet of yourself, if you could just share to us.
Definitely, I will be happy to do this. So, Toastmaster Jai Singh, I'm the part of District 125 member and District 98. Part of All Elite Advanced Toastmaster Club, where I first met with the Toastmaster Girija. And because of her, I'm still with the part of this Toastmaster community. Thank you. And I'm really very happy to the part of this meeting as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jay. We'll definitely see and hear your feedback at the end as well. Right. With that, we have welcomed all the guests in and welcoming everyone once again to this meeting. I'm looking forward to this interesting meeting that's going to be lined up for each and every one of us, and all the role players that are geared up take their roles and take it forward. I'm sure most of you have seen this culinary contest that takes place as a reality show, MasterChef. Whether it's MasterChef India or MasterChef UK or MasterChef Australia or Canada, that somehow intrigues me, because when I see it on the screen, it gives me a feeling what's next. It gives me a sense of suspense, a sense of thrill, a lot of emotions coming onto that particular screen while it's just cooking. I'm sure the ladies know over here is not as easy as I say it is. I have been watching this series, especially the MasterChef Australia, since 2009. And of course, for a period of time, I have not been seeing it. Off late, I started watching it because I've given some notifications. And one of these series and sessions that you see in MasterChef is what is called as a mystery box challenge. For those who follow that particular season, they understand what a mystery box challenge is. So you have all these contestants coming in to the kitchen, and they've got a box underneath which are those ingredients which they do not know and that they have to cook with. They will only be able to understand what's inside once the judges tell them to open it. Isn't it that something similar to our life? We do not know what the next moment is. It's a mystery in our life. Yet, we take that leap of faith, the one step. And when the judges say to open that, that's when we understand what the pressures of life are, what the suspense is, what the heat of the world that is coming. Could be in your school, could be in your workplace, could be in your family, could be in your relationship, could be in the society. That's mystery. But again, it does not end there, because when I see that particular session, when I look with just leafy vegetables on the box, I don't know what do I create a dish with just leafy vegetables. I have no idea. But at the end of that entire contest, we'll be so surprised to see how fine cuisine is made of from such simple ingredients. Ladies and gentlemen, we might be bombarded with a lot of things in that mystery which is lying ahead of us. But the thing is, you have got two hands, two legs, a mind, your confidence, and the willpower to step into it, use that ingredients, what you have, and make it beautiful to others. And that is what nearly 100 years ago, a person who collected a few people around him in a YMCA hall started speaking and encouraging them about public speaking, something that is one of the most frightening things in the world, and established a non-profit organization that is alive a century later. And that is why you and me are here today on this platform, talking to each other, breaking the borders. And that organization is Toastmasters International. And that man who started that 100 years ago, none other than the founder, Ralph C. Mittal, with the core values of respect, integrity, service, and excellence. Putting that to each and every one of you. You might not know what the next step was, but you know what's in you that can take you to the next step. And I'm putting that across to each and every one of us here to be inspired for this particular meeting. And let's see, do we have the guts in us to take us through this journey of life? With that, I'm going to introduce you a dynamic person today. She has held several roles in the past and in today's meeting as well, several roles that she has been putting into. I know her from the fact of a couple of years when we worked together in one of the largest ever events that we have ever conducted in the Middle East and Asia for students. And that's when our understanding of how Toastmasters can be taken across borders evolved. Sitting in United States and coordinating with all of us is none other than Toastmaster Girija, who is the Toastmaster of the day for today, and who's going to take this ship further. The anchor is there with you. Please, a big round of applause and help me welcome the Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Girija Deshpande. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Presiding Officer, for that very warm introduction. It has been a pleasure working with Toastmasters. And each time think of what could be the theme. This meeting, we came up with the theme, go with your gut. I realized in the country of our founders, founder of Toastmasters, the national day, September 23rd, is celebrated as go with your gut. What is go with your gut? We have got three brains. That is the seat of intellect, which is here. People always call it a heart, the seat of emotion, and then the seat of intuition, which is your gut. So this day is to commemorate, to celebrate, to remember, to remind us that the importance of this gut. What is this gut all about? There are raging controversies. People say, don't go with your gut. It is so dangerous. I listened to my gut and I married this man and I am in deep problem, says somebody. And then an entrepreneur says, I listened to my gut and I started this industry and I sunk all the money. I don't want to listen to my gut anymore. And then there are people who say that I wanted to take a plane. And at the last minute, even though everything was ready, something told me, an air hostess told from the Kanishka plane that sank into Atlantic. She said she was about to take the plane, and in the morning, she suddenly felt a gut feeling in her stomach, very sickening feeling, and she said, I'm not going. And she called somebody else and she requested, can she take the place? As an emergency, the other person went, and the plane sunk. Though she is grateful for her life, she's suffering with guilt for that feeling, but it saved her life. So very often, great emperors have said that they have listened to their gut feeling. People who have found temples and excavation, architecture, they have followed their intuition. So what is that gut? The gut is called as instinct, intuition, hunch, inkling. These are the different words in which we use for what is known as the gut. And we have to follow our instincts. Though there may be studied fact in front of us, sometimes something tells us within that in spite of all these factors, something will work. Or even after having studied everything, something says this is not going to work, so don't take it. So that is called as gut, not something that you suddenly feel an urge. That could be a very instinctive bodily response. You see something and then you are frightened. Okay, something very repulsive. It can happen. But if you logically analyze and you want to start that or enter there, and still your gut says, no, I'm not comfortable, don't go ahead, then don't do that. So let's talk more about this as the meeting progresses. As the Toastmaster of the day, let me introduce to the structure of the meeting so that we can take this ahead. There are 3 parts to the meeting. The first part is the prepared speeches. There are 2 prepared speeches today. One is Toastmaster Nisha, Sanjeev will be presenting. The other one I will be presenting. And then we have got the table topic session, which will be led by our Toastmaster Fatima Ji. And then we also have the general evaluator session, which will be again taken by our Toastmaster Jai Singh. So as we come to the respective sections, I will introduce the role players, and I'm looking forward to the further of the sessions. How do you listen to your gut feeling? Now, I take this opportunity to introduce Toastmaster Jai Singh. Before we embark on the prepared speeches, I would request the general evaluator, and then I would request all the grammarian, accounter, and the timer to present what is their role and what they will be doing. So I would like to introduce the general evaluator of the day, that is Toastmaster Jai Singh. As he currently said, he is a Toastmaster of the All Elite Advanced Toastmasters Club, where I'm VP membership. He has been a Toastmaster from February 2019. His main hobby is reading. He is a technical expert in Daimler Truck Innovation Center, India. He has completed, hold your breath, 4 paths: DL5, SR5, VC5, PM5, EH2. 5. He is there in the 4th path. He is an MTech from BITS Pilani. MBA in Finance and Operation from Symbiosis. 20 years in the automation sector. He is a member of Toastmaster of Pune Northwest also. And he is always so very helpful, a person who is ever ready to help anyone who requires assistance. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Please request you to describe your role. Yes.
Sure. Thank you. So, presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest, a very warm good evening to all. My role is to evaluate the meeting in general. I will provide my feedback report for the speech evaluators and all the role players. Once I finish my evaluation, we will upload for all the role players at once. However, first let's Toastmaster of the day introduce all the role players. I will evaluate only the role players, not the speakers, because they are having a dedicated one. Thank you. And with this, let me give the control back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Girija. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jai Singh. And now I request grammarian Toastmaster Sriparna to present her role.
Before I start, I want to do a sound check. I hope I'm audible clearly to everyone.
Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening. As a grammarian, the purpose of my role is to introduce the word of the day and make note of members or guests who use the word of the day. All role players and speakers are encouraged to use this word impromptu, listen to many others using it in different contexts, and make this a part of your everyday vocabulary. I will also monitor language and grammar usage and make note of areas of improvement. I will note down beautiful and powerful expressions used by all speakers. I will present all this in my report when called upon to do so. How does this role benefit you, the audience, and me? The grammarian plays an important role in helping all club members improve their grammar and vocabulary. Without putting any conscious effort, The language appreciation and expression of members improve just by attending meetings regularly. This role develops focus, attention, observation, retention, note-taking, and skills of crisp presentation for me. For today's meeting, in the context of the theme, go with the gut, the word of the day is cold feet. I repeat, cold feet, meaning we are not referring to the physical sensation of coldness on the feet. We are referring to cold feet as a metaphor. And the meaning of the metaphor is to feel too frightened to do something that one had already planned to do. Example, I was going to try bungee jumping, but I got cold feet. I request all the speakers to use the word of the day. I will also put this in the chat. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sriparna. That was a beautiful explanation. Now I request our counter, Nisha Sasan, to explain what is the role and the relevance.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a clutch or a pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, and over to you, Tia Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nisha. That is the toughest job, I must tell you. Now, I request our president, who also doubles up as the presiding officer of the day, who also doubles up as a timer, to present the timer's role and also announce the timing for the prepared speeches. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Once again, greetings to everyone present here. As timer, I will time the speeches, table topics, and the evaluations of today's meeting. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the virtual backgrounds, the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. For the prepared speeches, I will mention the timing cards now, and later I shall present the table topics and evaluations at the respective sessions. For the speeches, we have 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will display the green card. At 6 minutes, I will display the yellow virtual background, and at 7 minutes, I will display the red virtual background.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I will present the report when called upon to do so. Over to you.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Now we will start with the prepared speeches session. And I invite Toastmaster Girish Mittal to present the speech objectives of Toastmaster Nisha Sanjeev.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Girija. My speaker, Toastmaster Nisha Sanjeev, her speech is titled "Adversity is Life's Greatest Teacher," and the purpose of this project is for the speaker to practice the use of storytelling within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you for presenting the objectives very crisply, Toastmaster Girish. So now, Toastmaster Nisha Sanjeev is presenting Level 3, Project 2, Persuasive Speaking in the Path Presentation Mastery. Nisha Sanjeev, adversity is life's greatest teacher. Adversity is life's greatest teacher. Nisha Sanjeev, over to you.
I want to do a quick video and audio check. Is that okay?
Yes.
Born on Jan 1st, 1973, in Patna, Bihar, this young man grew up in a modest household. His father worked as a clerk in a postal department. He went to a government-run Hindi medium school, but had deep interest in mathematics from a very young age. However, his family's financial difficulties caused major hurdles in his life and career. With sheer hard work, he got into admission into the Cambridge University for higher studies. But his father's untimely demise shattered all his dreams. Their family's condition was such that he had to start selling papads along with his mother to sustain their livelihood. But the young man's passion for mathematics never died. He started teaching mathematics by renting a small classroom for rupees 300 per month and called it the Ramanujan School of Mathematics after the famous mathematician Ramanujan. With just 2 students, he started his institute in 1992. Soon, the number of students significantly grew, bearing the fruits of his efforts. One day, an underprivileged student approached him seeking guidance for IIT coaching because the student could not afford the expensive coaching classes. The young man was reminded of how poverty had derailed his own dreams. This incident motivated him to start the Super 30 coaching program. Super 30 offers IIT coaching to 30 students every year from economically weaker sections of the society and provide them with food, accommodation, and study materials free of cost. 18 out of the 30 students made it to the IITs in the first year. This number grew by leaps and bounds with every passing year. Soon, this modest young man from Bihar had become a success story. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking of Anand Kumar, the man who runs the coveted Super 30 coaching program. Kumar's resilience and grit made him stand tall in the face of adversity and emerge a winner. From managing funds for his institute, to convincing parents of IIT aspirants to join his class, to fighting the stigma of coaching underprivileged students, he had seen it all. In short, he did not develop any cold feet about his initiative. Anand Kumar has revolutionized the way the education system runs. His business strategy is a slap in the face to expensive coaching classes which charge lakhs of rupees as fees to parents for a single IIT seat for their child. Talent knows no boundaries. All one needs is to spot talent and to nurture it till it blossoms. This is exactly what Anand Kumar did. He got no financial assistance from any private or public institutions for his noble initiative. He ran the Super 30 on the basis of the modest fees he received from his institute. In 2009, Super 30 featured as a success story on Discovery Channel. In 2023, the Government of India awarded Anand Kumar with the Padma Shri for his contribution to education. Anand Kumar's story is one filled with hope, compassion, and willpower to bring real change in society. His legacy goes beyond just his academic achievements, but serves as an example to work for the less fortunate and to contribute your bit in creating an equitable society. Finally, many of us would have heard of Anand Kumar. At least few of us would have been inspired by his story. But how many of us are really willing to tread that path and selflessly contribute to a better society? With that thought, thank you and over to you.
Thank you. That was wonderful. And I loved how you brought out that gut feeling was what he listened to and then how he grew up in his life. Very often we do not listen to our instincts. probably psychologists say that is because of lack of confidence, that self-confidence is not there, or previous experiences have been there, or sometimes teachers or parents say, oh, you do things without thinking. So people do not listen to their gut feeling. The more we listen to a gut feeling, the more our intuition becomes sharper. It is like you listen to a friend and then do what they follow the instructions or advice they say, or ask them why is it that you're saying, and then work on it. Then they'll realize you're taking it seriously. And then the next time they give you a suggestion, they will definitely see to it that it helps you. So this mutual trust is important even with our own gut. That is what psychologists say is very important. The more you suppress your instinct, it stops telling you what is right, what is wrong, what could be harmful, what could be good for you, right? So the next speaker is myself, Girija Deshpande, and I'm presenting the path innovative planning, and it is descriptive language. Using descriptive language is the objective of this path. And I request Toastmaster Abhishek Kumar to come and present the objectives of my speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhishek Kumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, and my speaker for today, Toastmaster Girija Deshpande. The purpose for the project is for the member to practice writing a speech with an emphasis on adding language to increase interest and impact. Best of luck, Toastmaster Girija Deshpande, as we already feel the cold feet about what emotions you could take us through your speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. That was lovely. Now I will announce. Sorry. Yes. Toastmaster Girija Deshpande, love is waiting. Love is waiting, Toastmaster Girija Deshpande. Raghuvaran reached the city, Coimbatore, with a lot of excitement. After 40 years, he has come to the place which in fact nurtured him, nourished him, encouraged him, and made him blossom into a hardworking young man. And now he is an industrialist in Mumbai. He owns four cars. He has 3 rich bungalows, holiday homes, everything. But something pulled him back to Coimbatore. He wanted to see his place, his home. Memories of Coimbatore kept haunting him all the time. Memories of his friends and certain other memories. And when he arrived at Coimbatore, he just saw the place and he was so surprised at the development. After so many years, I have never come here. Oh God, he felt so sad. And then he talked to a housing agent, and the agent said, yes, there are plenty of houses that are vacant. If you want, you can buy one. Yes, I want to buy a property here. So do we have one in Arvipuram? That is where I grew up. And the agent said, I can take you to several houses. And the first house that he went to, it blew his mind. It was the same house where he had stayed as a paying guest. The agent stayed down. He said, the owner must be up. You can go up and you can check the house, sir. I'm busy on a call. I will join you later. So Raghuvaran climbed up the stairs. Oh, the stairs, nice tiles. And even the exterior of the house was so modern. And there was a feeling of disappointment that the house has changed, at the same time feeling happy that, yes, it has changed according to the temper of the times. He felt happy. He went and rang the bell. At the time, memories flooded him. This was the house where he stayed as a student. This was a house where he stayed when he was working in a mill. And this was the house where he used to have his own small cycle, which he had to park inside because the owner said, no, we don't have space to park outside. He had to bring it all the way up the stairs and keep it inside his house. And memories flooded him because this was something very special for him. This was the place where he met Vasanta, the owner's sister. He had fallen in love with her. During the spring of his life, she really brought Vasanta, spring, to his life. A breath of fresh air. In this little town, there to slink in the small cycle, she would sit behind, and they would go and sit in some corners and some parks and some behind some temples just to have a few words with each other. And then he would bring her back and drop her at a distance so that she could walk back to her house. He remembered all that, and with his heart beating loudly, he rang the bell. And an old, haggard, tired woman opened the door. And she said, "Who's it?" Electricity passed through his body. Goosebumps. Is she Vasanta? Why is she looking like this? What has happened to her? He just stepped in. "I am Raghuvaran." "Oh, you want to meet Raghuvaran? He has not yet come. He has not yet come." "Sir, you have come to meet Raghuvaran. I'm so happy. Please be seated." "No, I am Raghuvaran. I can understand you're waiting for him. I'll just get for you a cup of water or coffee." He recognized that Vasanta did not recognize him. She said, "You also look similar to Raghuvaran, sir." "My Raghu, you have that aquiline nose, but nobody can be as handsome as my Raghu. He had such thick tuft of hair, so handsome, always smiling." "No problem, sir. Sir, please take a seat. I'm going into my past." Raghuvaran realized that the past had become present for her, because in her memories, Raghuvaran lived as the young man that she had met. He was dumbfounded. He didn't know what to say. She was so excited. She said, see, I have kept the puja place. That is the only place I cleaned for him. You see here. That is the only place. I have kept his books, the accounts that he has left. His poetry book is there, sir. I will read out from the poetry book. He writes such wonderful poetry. His poem, it was published in the paper. It said, "Can you understand how many pieces a heart breaks when love is lost? 1 piece or 1,000 pieces? Who knows?" And look at this poem that won award. And I have even the newspaper clipping. And it says, "Oh, such a beautiful poem." So many such reviews for him. And he says, "Love is waiting. I'm waiting for him, sir. He said he'll come in 3 years." Raghuvaran cried, "Vasanta, you don't recognize me. I went 40 years back. I went to Mumbai for a better job. And then I was convinced by a business person that you marry my daughter. I'm giving my bungalow. I'm giving my industry." And my parents, they all felt, "Yes, be practical. Be practical." I listened to that practical, and then I killed that man. Now there is no poetry in me, no love in me. I am alive. I've got huge bungalows. I've got many cars. I've got 2 sons, but there is no happiness. There is no life. I do not know what I'm doing with this life. "Oh, sir, why are you crying? Raghuvaran will come. Don't worry. You see, I have even kept his towels. Because he will come and search for me. He loves to keep his things in place, I'll just put it back where it was. And he's very particular about it. And he may come anytime, you see. So I'm just waiting for him so eagerly. And don't worry, sir. No, but I wanted to buy this house." No, sir. Please, I beg of you, don't buy this house. When Raghuvaran comes, this house should be there. Please, sir, please. Raghuvaran realized that what he wrote in that poem, love is waiting. Love is not that something that dies in the disappearance of a person. She is living that, whereas he didn't live it. He left the house with a heavy heart and he decided he will buy the house at the price and she will stay there as long as she lives. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. That is myself. Thank you. We move on to the next section. Thank you so much for the patient listening. Sometimes people do not listen to their gut. So this is what happened with Raghuvaran. He listened to the voices of reason that told him, be practical. And then his heart is gone to pieces. He didn't listen to his gut that told him that, oh, this is not going to be a happy place where you will be in. Now, we move on to the next section. Before we move on, I request the timer to present the timing report. To distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas, can you please present the timing report?
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. The time taken by our first speaker, Toastmaster Nisha Sanjeev, is 4 minutes, 30 seconds. And our second speaker, Toastmaster Girija Deshpande, has taken 7 minutes, 43 seconds.
Thank you.
Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
So for the next section, that is table topic session, I request Toastmaster Faridabai Tanzir, who is also the division I head, division director, and also member of St. Paul Toastmaster, for having gracefully agreed to conduct this table topic session. Over to you.
Thank you very much, TMOD, Toastmaster Girija. A very good evening to all my wonderful Toastmasters here. I am Toastmaster Faridabai, and I'm going to be your table topic master today. Table topics is a very interesting session. I can see a bit of smiles on all the faces because everybody loves table topics, right? Okay, table topics is a session where it helps us to think on the feet. So today I have few topics. I want to know who all are going to nominate themselves, or should I just call each one of you and give a topic?
I mean, we are so few of us, so either way works.
Okay, fine. So let me go with my first nominee. Let's go with evaluator, the same person. Toastmaster Girish Mittal. Okay. So my first topic for you is, it's very simple, okay? When does the desire to increase one's wealth cross the line to become greed? When does the desire to increase one's wealth to cross the line to become greed? Toastmaster Girish Mittal.
Okay, interesting topic. Thank you, table topic master. Long back, I had studied about Maslow's theory of hierarchy, and as I see my life going for over last 25, 30 years, I have seen my life grow from the need to want to probably greed also. Maybe I have achieved everything which I need. I am at a stage where I have everything. Maybe I have everything which I want, but still it is not enough. I still always desire more. I attended a session recently where the famous speaker Devdutt Patnaik was there, and he in his talk he mentioned about being, why should after a certain point of time you still be greedy? And I asked him that what is wrong in being greedy. So his reply was the same as the topic, where you should know where to draw the line between need, want, and greed. So it is, I believe it is up to an individual to draw the line between need, want, and greed to each one his own. Over to you, table top.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Girish Mittal, for that wonderful topic answered. Now, my second question, but I want a volunteer again. Okay, now let me go to...
I'll go.
Who's that?
Nisha Sanjeev.
Okay. Yes, Toastmaster Nisha. Yeah, the word of the day the grammarian has posted. So try to use the word of the day in whatever you speak on. Okay, for you, I have come up with a very good topic. Have you ever pretended you were sick to get out of something instead of trying it? Have you ever pretended you were sick to get out of something instead of trying it? Toastmaster Nisha.
Well, I think this is something which happens with everybody at every point of time. With me, I think it's a general daily occurrence. Every time I feel there is a lot of work in the house and I don't want to do the vessels, I pretend to be sick. I pretend to have a headache. All of these kind of things keep coming all the time. Whenever I want to give, I feel that I'm not giving as many speeches in Toastmasters. I decide that no, this is the time and I have to start studying for some level and go about. I still think, and something inside keeps telling me that no, you'll forget the speech in the middle and don't make such a long speech, and all of those kind of things keep coming into my head. So while your topic is something which is very, which is an indirect way to tell us that a lot of times in life we pretend that we may not be able to achieve our goals because we may not be competent, and we may, in reality, it is only that leap of faith which we are missing to take, which we are not having that courage. In short, we are developing cold feet to just take that extra bit of courage and go ahead with our dreams. Actually, our dreams are never very far off. We always tend to think that our dreams are really far and we have to achieve that goal. Those goals are always around. It's just that we don't put in that much of courage to, hold on to it and get to that place. And that is why those dreams look really far for us. Otherwise, they're all around. So with that, thank you and over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nisha. We all develop this cold feet when it comes to, give speeches or do something which we have never done in Toastmasters and even outside Toastmasters. Now, my third volunteer, please.
I can be the third volunteer. Toastmaster of the day, Girija Deshpande.
Oh, okay. Okay, Toastmaster Girija. Because it's just these two screens which is spotlighted. I'm not able to see who is speaking.
I understand.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Toastmaster Girija, for you, as because the grammarian has given us a good word like the cold feet, explain to us that one instance where you wanted to try something new or adventurous, but you turned cold feet. One instance where you wanted to try or do something adventurous, but you turned cold feet.
Thank you. There was this time when I came to Chicago for the first time, and my daughter said that we are all going for bungee jumping. So I said, okay, go. She said, what, go? You're also joining us. No, that was never in my bucket list. So she said, okay, but what if not? It is not there in the bucket list. Still, you can do it. You're healthy. You're fine. What is wrong with you? It's such a beautiful experience. I said, no, I don't want to do it. Don't force me. I developed cold feet. She said, no, come along. And then we went there. We were standing on the tower, all the instructions given, and the safety knot and everything tied, instructions given. And then we had to sign that paper which says that they are not responsible. So I say, if something happens to me, you're going to answer, Papa. Okay? So she said, nothing will happen to Mom. So many people jumped in front of you. Why are you worried? I did develop cold feet. I went on coming behind. My daughter went, my son-in-law went, my grandson went, my granddaughter went. I would say I last. Finally, she said, I'm going to push you. And I went. And the most beautiful experience of my life. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Girija. Do I have more time or Toastmaster of the day? Do I have time?
Now let me just look at the timing.
Yeah, sure. If I have time, I'm going to give everybody a topic.
Yeah. I think 7:34 is when you have to start, right? Yeah. There is, yes, we don't have time. Yeah.
We don't have time.
Yeah.
So thank you very much to all the table topic commentators for taking that gut
No,
of
there
yours.
is time. There is time. Sorry.
There is?
There is time. There is time. Yes.
Okay. So who
You have
is
10 more minutes.
Okay. So, oh, I have 10 more minutes? Okay.
Yes.
So then everybody is in trouble. Okay, let's call Toastmaster Abhishek. Abhishek, right?
Yes.
Toastmaster Abhishek Kumar. Okay. Where are you? Okay, there he is. Now, this is kind of a funny kind of a topic for you. What would you do if you accidentally opened an embarrassing piece of your neighbor's mail? What would you do if you accidentally opened on an embarrassing piece of your neighbor's mail? Toastmaster Abhishek.
Thank you, table topic master of the day. Oh my God. This is alarming. But is it good? Should I be looking at this? I hope someone has not seen me. I think the right thing to do is I should go back into the box. Okay, but let's first read it. But is this right? I believe if I entered into the mailbox, that too an embarrassing one of my neighbor, the first thing that would happen to me is I would get a cold feet. Thinking about all the tantrums that he will put on me if he came to know about it. Because already last evening, I happened to tremble upon his trenches. I don't want to surpass the boundary by looking into the embarrassing mail that my neighbor has. But let me tell you a deep down secret. I always had a cringe about knowing people's secret. And I'm just not sure if I should keep it back. This turmoil of decision, it's something that we often end up having in our life. And as the table topic master of the day mentioned about 3 different wisdoms, in this moment, I would say, do not go with your gut, because you could actually end up having a cold feet if you read. So it's better to put it back, and that is something that I would also do. Over to you, to table topic master of the day.
Wow, thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhishek. I thought you would have developed the cold feet after listening to this topic, but great job. You really did a great job. Thank you so very much. Now, who is my next volunteer? Let's go with Regina. Regina Ismail.
Yes, ma'am. I'll try, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, for you, I will come up with a very, very easy topic. You just have to speak whatever comes in your mind. Okay. Toastmaster Girija is smiling when I'm saying it's an easy topic. No, it is really an easy topic. The topic is, should kids be paid for helping around the house? Should kids be paid for helping around the house? Toastmaster Regina.
Yeah, that was a wonderful question. That is really applicable to me because I have 2 kids And I just know the value of my kids because I did my MCOM just 1 year ago, just completed my MCOM. So that's why I was really tensed about that, and I just want to take care house chores, my studies and my job. All I was totally exhausted. So at that time, I just offered them like small gifts to them, so that they came forward to clean my home and to make tea for me. And I just give them some. I try to give them one bidi, if just clean the all messy house actually. So they will, if you are set your books and everything, your clothes you are keeping properly, I'll give you one bidi. So they are so active to do these things. So the other thing is the disadvantage is.
Is it like only I am not hearing?
We lost her. We
Okay.
lost her.
Okay. I think we can move on to the next speaker.
I think she's back now.
Okay.
Let me just try to unmute her.
Now I'm audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Go
okay.
ahead.
So yeah, so I think we have to do that occasionally. Thank you, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Regina. Do I have one more commentator time?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
to me?
No, not to you, not to you.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
I actually want to call upon Renosh, but because he is also the timer, he's paired. Renosh, do you want to try? No?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes or no?
Yes, go ahead.
So who will
I'll
time you?
Don't issue.
I'll time me. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay,
It's okay.
Fine. Renosh, the best question, the best topic of tonight. Okay. If you could ask your hero about something, what would it be? If you could ask your hero about something, what would it be? Toastmaster Renosh.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Greetings to all the Toastmasters over here. I think each and every one of us have a hero in ourselves. Unfortunately, we always look at demeaning ourselves because we end up in situations where we getting a cold feet. But I think each and every one of us has that inner gut that can take us across the borders. If I look at it, there are many people who have held my hands and taken me across. There are instances where my dad has been my hero. My mother has been a hero. My younger brother has been a hero. The students that I teach in class have taught me even much more greater things than I even knew. And if I ask them what would it be that I could take differently, is they would say, Renosh, go for it. There would have been many instances that I thought it wouldn't be possible, and I let it go. Now, when I realize many years later, if I had taken that step, things would have been different. There was a time when I wanted to take a particular project and I was scared about it. And I let go. And eventually, what happened? The person who took that role climbed up the ladders of corporate industry. I then wondered, what if I had done that? So the hero and the heroes who would have spoken to me would have said, Renosh, go for it. You have it in you. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Renosh, for that wonderful answer to that question. So with this, I would like to thank all the commentators who attempted today's table topics. You all have shown the courage and came out of that, you yourself developing that cold feet. So all the very best and congratulations to each one of you. With this, I hand over the control back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that beautiful Toastmaster table topic session. The topics were very thought-provoking and at the same time interesting, relatable. We all felt wonderful doing that session. Thank you so much for it. Now we move on to the third section, that is the evaluation section. I hand it over to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Jai Singh. Over to you, Toastmaster Jai Singh. Before we proceed, 1 minute. I request the timer, Reynolds Thomas, to announce the timings taken by the speakers. Then we can launch the poll and then we can do this.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Day. Today we had 6 table topic commentators. Toastmaster Girish Mittal had taken 1 minute 29 seconds. Toastmaster Nisha had taken 1 minute 42 seconds. Toastmaster Girija had taken 1 minute 21 seconds. Our fourth commentator, Toastmaster Abhishek, had taken 1 minute 45 seconds. Toastmaster Regina Ismail had taken 1 minute 18 seconds. And myself, distinguished Toastmaster Rinosh, had taken 1 minute 47 seconds. All the commentators are qualified. Over to you, Toastmaster Day.
Thank you. So we launched the poll. For the best speaker, I did not launch the poll because we already had only 2 speakers and I exceeded the time limit. So I'm launching the poll for the best table topic speaker. I request you all to give your votes. I think 7 out of 7 votes have come and there is a tie between 3 people. Okay, so Girija, Deshpande, Abhishek, Kumar, Reynolds Thomas, all 3 of us get the same number of votes among 7 votes. So that's it. So we can all see the right. Okay. And now we move on to the next session. I request General Evaluator Jai Singh to take over the next session. Thank you. Over to you.
Great. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Girija. So before I call all the role players, first let's start with the speakers. For the speaker evaluation, first speaker was Toastmaster Nisha and the evaluator was Toastmaster Girish. So Toastmaster Girish, please come on the stage and share the evaluation in 2 to 3 minutes. Please.
Thank you, General Evaluator. My speaker, Toastmaster Nisha Sanjeev, attended a project on connecting with storytelling, and the title of the project was "Adversity is Life's Greatest Teacher." So she tried to develop the topic with a story. Now, storytelling is a very powerful tool which has been used from times immemorial. I mean, our Mahabharata and Ramayana and several other stories which we have heard as we grew up in life. Storytelling has been used by speakers as a powerful tool to make their speeches more impactful. The same tool was used by my speaker, Toastmaster Nisha, to create an impact. Now, when you use storytelling, there is a very powerful methodology in storytelling, which is called AIDA, which is attention, interest, desire, and action. So you have to get the attention of the audience. You have to engage the interest of the audience. You have to leave the audience desiring, and you have to see if your story can create some impact action. So my my speaker ticked most of these boxes. Her story was powerful. Her story had a message. Her story almost created an impact when she ended the story saying that, we have heard all this powerful story about Anand Kumar, but how many of us have taken have had the courage, have used our own gut feeling, have to create such an impact on the society, which the protagonist in the story, Anand Kumar, did. But the speaker used only 3.5 minutes. What I would recommend to the speaker is to rehearse the story often, and see if she has time, she could have intermingled with another story. Another story which comes to my mind is of in a similar domain is of Physics Wala. The two teachers who started teaching for physics in IIT have created a $1 billion enterprise in just 3 years. Coming back to the speakers, the story was impactful, the delivery was powerful, but maybe a better utilization of timing, and you could also do with some better hand gestures and gestures with face or with eyes. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Evaluator 1, Toastmaster Girish. Now let me call the evaluator for the second speaker, Toastmaster Girija, and the evaluator is Toastmaster Abhishek. Toastmaster Abhishek, please come up on stage.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Jai Singh. Today, I will evaluate Toastmaster Girija's speech titled Love is Waiting. The purpose for the speaker was to make use of descriptive language, literary elements, to bring and increase impact. Toastmaster Girija, you encapsulated the audience with the story of Raghuram. You depicted the entire journey that he had from his childhood as he grew and what he is today. Good word uses like nurtured, nourished, and well-built men. You also were very specific when you were describing his wealth and luxurious lifestyle. So you made a wonderful use of descriptive language. Moving ahead, you depicted a conversation that Raghuraman had with the salesperson, where I felt that you could have shown the conversation happening, but later on in this speech, you also aced it while showing the conversation between Raghuraman and Basanta. In this story, what I felt that you could have used some pause, such as when you spoke about something brought him to Coimbatore. And you could have given us few seconds to think about what brought him to Coimbatore. Moving ahead, you had a wonderful descriptive use. Again, while describing the entire house, which had nice tiles, exteriors, you said about Raghuraman being happy and sad. That was a moment where I felt you could have used some emotions and facial expression, showing that he was happy and sad, remorseful at the same time. And then you described why he was. So the structure of speech was very well written. I love the way you showed the expression of heart beating coming to the screen. That was wonderfully done. And you also used props, which was really nice. The diary, which no one could have anticipated, was there in the story. The poem that you recited for us, which was again written by Raghuraman, and the variation while speaking about the communication between the two, Raghuraman and Basanta. One thing that I could suggest you that could have improved this speech was use of facial expression and slowing the pace of the speech a little bit down while giving the audience to also take part on the journey that you are taking them through their story. Overall, you have made beautiful use of descriptive language. So congratulations on meeting the project purpose. And I look forward to listening to more heartwarming stories from you in the coming meetings. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Evaluator 2. Now let me call our tag team. For first, the timer. So timer, could you please share the timing for both the evaluator?
Sure. Thank you, General Evaluator. Our first evaluator, Toastmaster Girish, had taken 3 minutes, 7 seconds. Our second evaluator, Toastmaster Abhishek, had taken 2 minutes, 59 seconds.
Perfect.
Both are qualified. Over to you.
Super. Now let me call our R counter, Toastmaster Nisha.
Thank you, General Evaluator. For prepared speeches, Toastmaster Nisha Sanjeev 1 hour, the number 4, and repeated the word was, please, tough. For table topic session, table topic master, no mistake. First speaker Girish Mittal 3 hours and repeated I have why. Nisha Sanjeev 1 hour. Girija Deshpande 1 hour. Abhishek, no mistake. Toastmaster Regina 10 hour and repeated the word then so. Distinguished Toastmaster Renosh, no mistake. General Evaluator, no mistake. And for evaluation session, Girish Mittal 5 hour. Abhishek, no mistake. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Our R counter, Toastmaster Nisha. Let me call our grammarian, Toastmaster Sriparna.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, you are visible.
I'll share my screen if that's okay.
Please.
Word of the day usage, TMOD Girija, TM Nisha, TM Abhishek, TTM Farida, and President Renosh. Good usages, talent knows no boundaries, mutual trust with your gut, temper of the times, dumbfounded, think on your feet. Areas of improvement. This is a very common mistake and I hope everyone is paying attention. There's no such thing called as. Very common mistake. Do not say called as. It's either called or known as. Then mentioned about. Wrong preposition. Considered as. The term considered does not take any preposition. Considered to, considered that, considered as, wrong. Consider does not take any preposition. As, because, redundant. As is, can depict reason, because is also used to depict reason. So either as or because, not together. Turned cold feet, develop cold feet, have cold feet. Cold feet is an idiom. The complete idiom is get cold feet. So you need to use the idiom as it is. So get cold feet, got cold feet, any of the tenses work. Get a cold feet, very wrong. You can't get a cold feet. Feet is plural. Myself took 2 minutes, very wrong English. I took 2 minutes. And this is another, like, not really connected, but when someone asks you to introduce yourself, a lot of Indians make this mistake. Myself, Shriparna. Never do that. I am Shriparna. Similarly, myself took 2 minutes. No, I took 2 minutes. Pronunciation, it is mentioned, not mentioned. The sir word incorrect. Facial, no, it's facial. This is one exercise I had learned back in school. If you're struggling with the sir sound, put your finger here. Facial, mention to correct the sh sounds. That is it. Thank you and well done, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiparna, grammarian. Nice report. So now all are done. Let me start with my report now. First, let me start with the Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Regina. Toastmaster Regina, you narrated the
Yes, sir.
mission very well. Great. You took, you have given the introduction for the Toastmaster President. Nice thought. One thing you
Okay,
could
sir.
improve. Sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yeah.
No, it's fine. Thank you. So one thing you could improve, that is you can decide president or sergeant at arms. One person can take the introduction for the guest. Example, today there were so many new members who might be aware with each other, might be new. You could ask the introduction in the beginning itself so that they feel greeted in the starting or in the beginning. That's all. A part of that, a great job. Next is the presiding officer, DTM Renosh. Amazing one. I have never seen anyone to deliver the presiding officer address in this manner. Great job, kudos. And the first time I had seen someone ask to propose and second for the agenda. Good job. Next is the, let me take the evaluator first now. Evaluator 1 Toastmaster Girish. Toastmaster Girish, let me tell you few things so you can just follow the CRC approach. Always try to give some good words in the beginning itself. Like your storytelling was amazing. I was hooked the way you have started. Try to find few good lines which you could use in the beginning itself so that the speaker attached to you, the audience attract with you, and then they will ready to listen you. And then give the clear cut recommendation. So I have two recommendation for you or three recommendation for you. Example, improve your body language. You can use your hand gestures like this with example and conclude or summarize your evaluation in the same manner. So nice attachment with the audience, nice connect, improve these 2 points and your speech will be on a next level. Try to make it more scripted one for some time and later on you will be go flawless without any script. For the Toastmaster Abhishek second evaluator, you did a good job. You used the CRC approach. Only try to add the numbers like 3 recommendation, 2 recommendation, or 1 recommendation so that they are very much clear. So here is my recommendation and then audience could take it. That's all for the evaluator. Now the tag team. For the tag team, let me start with the timer. So timer, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh, you are absolutely fine up to the last second. I have noticed more than 7 times. And out of 7, 5 times I found you were flawless. However, 2 times during the table topic, I found there was a mismatch. That might be a little bit more attentive. However, a good job. Kudos to you. Next is the A counter Toastmaster Nasha. Toastmaster Nasha, you could also use the CRC approach. You could say, so first, let's have a big round of applause who are flawless or near to flawless in today's meeting. And then you could take the name who are not making any mistake. Then the errors which you have found, you could highlight your report. And after the summarization or conclusion, as you already did, you could give one, let us say, advice or suggestion. If you are not able to find the right words, let's take a pause, but don't fill it with the filler words. Like, yeah, I no, just say, calm down, pause. Once you have the words, only then you have to speak. Might be few pauses will increase, but that will be better than the filler words. So add few suggestions from your side. Next is the no need to say it 5 times, 10 times you have said that, 15 times you said that. Anyone can offend. You could say more than 3 times or 3+ times you used "er" or "and" or anything. So make a borderline, let's say 3+, 5+, you could choose as per your club. Next is the grammarian. Toastmaster Parna, you have really given me the cold feet today. However, I have to go with the guts, and not only with the guts, I have to go with the facts as well. So you clearly netted your role. You have clearly told us who did right, who did wrong. But few suggestions for you. The first thing is you have created one box in which you might fit all who has used the word of the day and phrase of the day together. What you can do, you can separate it. So word of the day was used by these many people and phrase of the day was used by so many people. And let us try to avoid the idiom as a word of the day. Get a cold feet. It's a complete idiom. You could try to choose only one word. And that one word looks good if you use, we can use in a daily language. Might be more than 70% people are aware. But are they really using it? Ask this question and then you will find really good words for that. However, you did a good job, no doubt in this one. Just few suggestions from my side. So now I think I have completed all or only one, the table topic. So for the table topic, I kept it very separate. The reason being Toastmaster Farida. Try to find the short table topics. Like honesty is the best policy. And if you will say the same thing in a different manner, what do you think about it if the honesty is really work? We can make it like a best policy. Why this must so big? Try to choose the smaller one. The reason you could give the opportunity to so many people. If not, then most of the time you will narrate your two-liner topic only. Just the reason, try to be short as much as possible and no need to feel, let me try to find someone who is going to nominate. Try to find in the beginning itself. I will call you, you, and whoever nominate. Or you could put in the chat also. Or if you want to directly select, then just go ahead and select so that you can give the opportunity to as many members as possible. So with this, I have completed almost all. Now, the overall meeting was fantastic, no doubt in this. The planning was really great, awesome. I'm really very happy to be the part of this meeting. Thank you very much and let me give the control back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that comprehensive, heartfelt evaluation. Thank you. And we certainly will look into all of that and see what all we can emulate and put into practice in the coming meetings. Now, I will just launch the poll for the best speech evaluator and the best auxiliary role player. Please vote. Please vote. Okay. So I'll just share the results. As you all can see, congratulations, Abhishek. Thank you so much. Very good attempt by both of you and Abhishek Kumar for a very early person in our club. You have done a fantastic job. Thank you so much. Now we go to the next one, best auxiliary role player. I'm launching the poll right now. Okay, all the votes have come in. So you all can see here. Now I'll share the results. Congratulations, grammarian Sriparna Basu. Thank you. You have seen the results, right? I shared it, right? You all can see it. Okay, okay. So now that the sessions are over, I would just like to give a small conclusion. And it is said that there are three brains, as we said, when we're talking about the guts. So the brain that is there here, and then this is also supposed to be a brain, heart, because that also thinks, and it is attached more to emotion. The brain is all about logic, and the gut is all about instinct. And that is what we are suppressing. Scientifically, now it is proven. The heart has got 40,000 neuron cells. And neuron cells, as you all know, are capable of electrical impulses which can understand the situation and give you judgment. And that is the emotional seat. The brain has got 100 million neuron cells. And do you know how many neuron cells are there in the gut? 500 billion neuron cells are there in the gut. So that is the most beautiful thing that we all have observed. And I'm very happy to tell you that I was just trying to share that. I'm not able to do that. I'm not able to see my screen for some reason. There is something wrong with the laptop. Okay. So I will share the certificates to the individuals, and I'm handing over to Toastmaster of the day. Sorry, the presiding officer, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster.
Have we done the last poll for the...
We have to launch the
Best
last poll. I think he will ask me to launch the last poll, and then I will launch.
I was going to do that. Go ahead, Toastmaster Day, if you can launch the poll for the best role player.
Yeah, okay. The best primary role player. Okay. One more person can vote. I'm just waiting for the vote. Yeah. I think, yes, 7 votes have come in. I'll close the poll. Yes, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Jai Singh, thank you so much. And congratulations to you. Yeah, I'll stop the sharing. And over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you,
I'm
Toastmaster Day. Can
sorry,
we
I'm
give a
not
big
able
round
to
of
share the
applause?
certificates. I do not know what happened. I tried to share, but I'm not getting it on the screen. So I'll send the
No worries.
certificates to everybody immediately.
I'm sure she will do that. And all of you will definitely receive the certificates. And I can definitely see that because we've been engaging, coordinating in the last joint meeting. So I know that she is religious in doing that. Big round of applause to our Toastmaster Day as well, taking us completely from the beginning till where now you can see the enthusiasm and the energy in her as well. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all the winners, but I would also like to thank all the role players and all those who have come in today, because I think you all deserve a big pat on your shoulders. Coming in today, though we are a small number of 10, probably I understand there are a couple of events and meetings and programs that are going on in parallel in all the districts, including ours as well. I can see messages coming to me saying to attend those meetings. But I think that could be the reason why we are less in number. But having said that, kudos to each and every one of you for coming over, and you are all victorious in that sense. So congratulations to every one of you. I would like to take this moment to thank the presence of Toastmaster Farida Bai Tanzir. She is the Division I Director of District 20. She's taken her time off in a very busy schedule and came over today to be the table topic master for us. She's our club member as well. But can give a big round of applause for her presence till the very end over here. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Farida Bhai Tanzir. I would also take this moment to thank Area 4 Director of District 125, none other than the general evaluator of our meeting today, Toastmaster Jay Singh as well. I'm sure all of them being in the area, the division, the district, council, contest seasons, preparations, planning, a lot is happening across districts. I'm sure they have taken his time off and accepted to come today as a general evaluator. And thank you for your feedback and evaluation that you've given to us and for running this general evaluator for today. So big round of applause to Toastmaster Jay Singh. Thank you so much, sir. Again, thank you to each and every one of you. We look forward to an awesome meeting coming up in future as well. We have been doing these joint meetings across the 3 Toastmasters clubs for nearly a year. We have Toastmasters joining in usually from all the way from US, we have from Canada, from Europe, in Germany, we've got in Middle East, India, and in some cases, even in the Far East, we had people joining in. I'm sure coming meetings as well will going to be really awesome. I take this moment to thank each and every one of you, and let's
Can we have the
not
group
get
photograph moment?
cold feet. I'll do that. We'll not get a cold feet. And before I adjourn, can we all switch on our cameras and capture this very moment?
Yes.
We've got
Nisha has come in.
Jenna
What
for
about
us.
Regina?
If we can get Regina on screen.
Oh, that is
Fantastic.
lovely.
All right, here we go. You can give your emojis, thumbs up, victory.
I just reached my home, so that's why.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right, here we go. I'll take 2 photos. Here we go. First one coming up. Okay, the first one, 1, 2, 3. All right. Give me another one as well. Just hold on. Here we go. The second photo coming up. 1, 2, 3. All right. Done. Thank you so much. With that, let me adjourn today's meeting.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We
Just
always
Mr.
thought
Giriji,
this meeting is not going to happen.
See you next time.
if you could just stop the recording and
Yes.
please, anyone would like to give their